If your father or your mother or your uncle or whoever relation, you are the one that's alive, they fall in under your custody, and you did not do what you're supposed to do for such a person, which means you are it's a burden to you. Until one day, one time, you'll be able now to bring those rituals, the things you are going to gather together for the ceremony. Then the kings or the priests or the traditional rulers will come around, or spiritual custodians will come around, practice that spirituality, and then they told you that it's done. Then you'll be free. Your mind will be what? At ease. If you have not done that, even if you sleep, cockroach make noise, you say they don't come to attack you, because I have not done that. You collect everything to be spiritual problem. If lizard in your house make noise in the night, you say they don't come, because I have not done that thing. They are now asking me to do it, because it become a credit that you have to pay, because you put your mind and yourself there. Are we following? I'm expecting new questions. He is celebrated even in the individual as well as in the community, which would be identified in verse, giving of names, title, circumcision and other initiation, ceremonies, marriage, funeral, praying. So those things, no one of them that glorification no day in Africa. When somebody died, pick it one by one. When somebody is born, in the community, when you want to give name, when you want to give title, when your name is Obi, you want to give Chief Obi, it will be what? Celebrated. When your name is Egunu, you want to give him a Chief Egunu, then that title was what? Celebrated. You gather people, they will now eat and what? Drink over it. So even on a title somebody want to collect, they must be celebrated, which means Africa is full of what? Celebration. This is what is we want to understand from here in our life of Africa. If African man during a season they harvest something from farm, they will give thanksgiving either in the church or in the community. Am I right? Some can never eat yam until they do that ritual. Some can never eat corn until they do that ritual. Some cannot eat granite until they do the ritual. They will have to thank or appreciate the gods of the land that even brought them, made things yielded well at that season. If they never thank gods of the land, they will not put anything at that season that came out from the farming. All the family input will be putting aside until the day they will appreciate and serve the gods of the land. Then they will start eating those things. Hunting, person will go to the farm and got some animals. Then you have to celebrate. Community work. You see somebody will raise up a figure or a building or something in the community. They call for celebration. When community build a hall and they want to enter into hall, won't they celebrate for it? They will call for big meeting and big for celebration for opening of what? The hall. And the houses or whatever may be there. Maybe if they bring this service line tower to the community, when they start receiving light or NEPA, before they open it, they will do what? Celebration. So nothing has come in the African life without not celebration. Festival and also ceremonies are called fully of religious meaning and are passed on to upcoming generation. Religious meaning, whatever you are doing, there must be meaning to it. It's either traditionally or religiously. There must be something specific. You will call it a name. Then they'll call for what? Celebration. Are we following?
Yes, sir.
Are we following?
Yes, sir.
Then number 2, shrines, sacred places and religious objectives. Shrine, sacred places and religious objects. What is shrine? Shrine. What is shrine? Two of you, anybody can answer the question.
It's a place where they keep idols for worship.
The place kept idol for worship. Baba, what did you tell us?
It's an idol.
Idol. Any other person? Shrine. Then sacred. What is sacred? Because if you not get this black right up here, you cannot get this down. Sacred. Say shrine, sacred places and religious objects. What is sacred places?
Something that is holy.
For
specific purposes.
For specific purposes. Mama.
Something that is holy.
Something that is holy. Any other person to add addition? And religious objective. What is religious objective? Pastor. Religious objective.
That's what the religion is all talking about.
The subject or the study, things that have to do with the religion. So shrines, places of worship, of faith, did not belong to the right God, which we claim to be the right place to be. So in every community, didn't you have the people that worship the shrines today? Yeah? As we are now, we are different languages and the communities and the tribes. In your village, there are no places that call that yes, no cross area except the holy people. And if you peradventure enter there, you use some ritual word, sacred worship. That's where sacred has come. You do some worship, rituals, or let me call it cleansing. Then there must be something that the oracle of the prince or princess whom represented for the community will say you must do before you be free. If not, you are banned. Then you go and buy, if na black goat, you go and buy black goat. If na blue chicken, you go to the market and look for blue chicken. So whatever being recommended for you to go and look for, if you want you to go to America, you must bring it. That's what the gods of the land want. Are we following? So because they will give you conditions you must fulfill before another years you free from yourself from it. The whole of Africa is the home of what? Above mentioned items. The whole of Africa. If you go to Ghana, Uganda, Indonesia, Niger, Cameroon, Gabon, and others. Which of the country that country in Africa that Jesus visited? Jesus, during his own time, does he come to Africa?
Yes, sir.
Yeah?
When he was in baby,
Yeah?
he was brought to Egypt.
God bless you. They have known that Egypt is in our Africa. So, indeed, there's a Egyptian culture. Was it not where Joseph was? A prime minister. And Jesus also went there, which means God have a specific because of their hardened heart of them concerning the gospel. So God used them as subjects for world liberation. Are we following? The whole of Africa is the home of what? Above mentioned items. Shrine, sacred place, and religious objectives. There's a place in your place. There's a place nobody do enter except the princess or the priest or the oracle of prince or princess. The people that represent the juju, represented for the juju of the land. If you have problem, you go and see them. Then they will see your sarigi and they will solve the problem. So it has nothing to do with this God. Then they are having their problem solving under this king. So why now they believe that they are serving this God? Let me take you to Elijah and the prophet of Baal. Are you following? Elijah represents this God, while the prophet of Baal represents these gods. In terms of faith, to reach at the time that yes, it become a kind of that God want to introduce himself to these people. That yes, Elijah killed how many prophets? About how many prophets? 400. There are about 400, which means we have 400 spiritualities where this one comes in. Are you following? 400 types of spirit because they represent their own personalities, their function in different areas. So if you want to look for this, you go to God, the priest that represent for this God, for that particular God, section, then your problem will be solved. Or then God now wants to explain to them or get them to know that yes, what they are doing, they deviated from him. So they did not believe during the time of Elijah. Elijah said, this time around we are coming to prove our God. Let us see the one that is alive. If it is their God, I myself from today I will resign from worshiping this and worship your God. Then if it is mine, then you must. At the end of the day, they say they agree. It's okay, we're going to do sacrifice. Bring your animal and prepare it. I will bring my own and prepare it. And let the God that we are serving send fire from heaven or above to consume it. The one that did it is the living God. They agreed, they happy, they danced. They did the same thing and packaged everything and began to call their gods from morning till evening. At the end of the day, there was no response. Elijah started mocking them. It could be that the God